Alright, welcome everyone to Pugmire, Pioneer Puppers, episode 12.
Oh my god.
Right?
We're a dozen!
We have made a dozen.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
Alright.
So many.
So yes, now you can continue the pre-session discussion.
Yes. My feet are not broken horribly, so I think that is absolutely an accomplishment.
I Rosabella's just flushed and just thank you.
Yep.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
One of the maids has attended to Bayo's feet, Brianna's feet, with bandages and some witch hazel soak. They're a little swollen.
Yeah.
Rosabella's so embarrassed.
I look between Rosabella and where is that pup of yours?
Oh, Ollie?
Ollie was his name?
Mhm.
Yes.
Um?
And I pull out the sheet of paper. I have outlined his learning schedule for today. This child, if he's going to be with the family, should not be without an education. If I have anything to say about it, and I hand you his times tables, Rosabella.
Rosabella takes it and just, Okay.
So up here, we will be on making sure he understands his phonics, right? Making sure he can understand, let's say, the letter sounds, be able to put that together. You know, we want to get him able to read, right?
Yes,
we
absolutely.
have this block here where he will start his mathematics, right? You know, no point in doing anything if you cannot figure it out.
True.
There's some playtime scheduled. There is some training allotted for whatever he is, I guess, supposed to be doing. Well, saying you said he's going to be working here
In some capacity.
in some capacity. Yes, there is a skills training time allotted for him. Obviously, lunch, and you know there is free time, but he should be on a routine.
Yes. Give me one moment. Rosabella looks over to the maids. Can you bring him here?
I'm sorry, madam. The master has taken him out today.
Oh,
You
Well-
just see a tight line cross Brianna's face, grandfather.
Yep. Rosabella, there is no notice check needed, as you are all sitting around the breakfast table. You pick up your napkin, and it crinkles. As you unfold it, there is a note written in it on a piece of paper that has been folded into the napkin from Rex.
Oh.
It says, couldn't stand the whole business hoity-toity breakfasty thing, had to get some training in, decided to take the kid out for lockpick training. We'll be back probably around lunch.
Okay.
Rosabella just smiles. And just, he'll be back.
I want to say, I read that over your shoulder, right? And then I take the, Amex card back outside, and I send to Grandfather, Grandfather, please know that I will leave his timetable, with so-and-so. Please ensure that he starts his phonics at the very least, or before, I guess, at the very least, right? Somewhere it cuts off.
Yep. You hear that, he hears that, and there's a response, except for his response is a little unusual for normal sending, as you can hear the sound of racehorses in the back, as you just hear, okay, will do.
Did he take him to gamble on racehorses?
Nope. He's picking the safes of the race track.
I look straight into Alexandra's. Lexi, dearest,
Yes.
I think Grandfather has been feeling a little bit of a empty nest syndrome.
And why do you say that?
Well, you know that pup y'all had brought along?
Yes.
Well, I imagine they are having a good time right now.
More than likely.
Can Alexandria make eye contact and try to dean anything from her siblings' eyes?
Yep, sense motive.
Cool.
But way, I like this because Alexandria
using a
didn't read the
card.
paper.
Yep.
I'm using a card. Take my card.
She doesn't have to, yeah.
Nat 20.
Okay, yeah, you know exactly what that means. There's a little flashback of Alexandria's training as you were trained for stealth and lockpicking, specifically by Rex. He took you out to the guard station, started talking to one of the knights, and told you to go and pick open, but not take anything from all of their footlockers before they realized you were looking.
Okay, here's the thing. Why do I feel like baby Alexandria would have tried to take something?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, completely probably useless.
Oh, absolutely.
And then so proud when they were far away from the guard station to just produce it.
Yeah.
So yes. So from your sense of you heard like I seem almost both incredibly fond and incredibly annoyed about this situation. Like that's what you're seeing in my eyes, right? Besides whatever.
Yeah.
Found
So-
because I love grandfather. I'm glad that he is having a good time. I'm glad he's having this chance to bond with someone. But I am, a teacher at heart, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And I'm like, if he's going to be here, he's going to get an education. And this was not where my schedule said he should be.
So I think to hide her smile, Alexandria picks up like her mug of tea, like very politely takes a sip, kind of holds it so she can kind of, take a second, sits it down, just, Bayo,
Lexi.
do you remember our education? Even though they differed, but grandfather knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Bayo, during your
Yes.
education from Rex, when you were learning how to be diplomatic, his take on education is throw them off into the deep end and see how well they swim. He took
Right,
you,
and that's-
he took you to a political dinner with the king, sat you down in a chair, and said you were
Yes.
going to be the one talking.
I want to imagine I excelled.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like that's the thing is, I feel like each of the kids he's done that to, it's gone well, so he hasn't stopped.
No, not at all.
And again, it's not that Brianna is, pissed at him, right? It's just, like she obviously she does trust grandfather. She does trust grandfather, right?
Yeah.
It's just that, like,
Oh yeah, no, that's why
he
Alexandria was like, he knows what
had
he's doing.
plans.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just she forgot to like account for that.
Yeah. No, like that's the thing is like for Alexandria, she's like trying to calm her down because he knows what he's doing. He can handle it.
Yeah, and this
Um,
is typical Rex anyway.
I just did not think he would take so fast to a pup that was not of one of our litters. It's impressive, actually. Makes me wonder why he doesn't just start an orphanage at this point.
You
Can
know,
you
that's
imagine?
you.
Could you imagine what this man could do with an orphanage?
As much as I
I
love
would
grandfather,
love that. I would absolutely love that.
Well, here's the thing. As much as I love grandfather, I think his particular version of teaching and handling pups may not work as well for some who are not Pomeranians.
Father can do anything, and I sent him another message. Grandfather, when we have the chance, may I speak to you about some plans?
You hear back, certainly. Oh, no, not that one. That one's trapped. Gotta go.
They're doing just fine.
As I knew they would, Ollie, though he definitely still has much to learn, I think he has it in him. By any means, why don't we focus on what we have on the table for today?
Yes.
And-
I have quite the day plan. I have some reservations made for us at some locations. Speaking of reservations, where is Rex?
Rex's grandfather.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, not
Kane.
Rex. Kane,
Kane.
yes, where's Kane?
Yeah.
Makoto looks up and kind of looks around. One of the maids actually comes in and brings the immediate smell of coffee hits all your noses as she pours a cup for Makoto. And Master Kane is currently in the guards barracks doing his normal training rotation.
Could you ask him to perhaps speed that up a little bit? We have some reservations. He said he would come with us to... Actually, no, better yet. We will go on ahead. Please tell him to meet us at, and I will give them a place for lunch that I made reservations at.
Probably the most popular place. It's considered non-royal, but it's not noble, but it's very well reserved, is Granny Sue's Roadhouse.
Sorry, I can't get over that fucking name.
I know, right?
And also, like, just the fact that we're all the nobles are going there.
Oh,
we're the fancy people. We're overdressed.
They will. So it is typical for the nobility that does go there. It's normally lesser or moderate nobility. They will, as the term is, dress in disguise. So they will wear normal commoners' clothing. Still very fancy, and no way that any commoners could afford it, but it looks common to them. And they will sit at a table. It is, it's... I know one of you is not a meat eater. Have the rest of you ever been to Texas Roadhouse?
We're there already?
No. This is the type of restaurant Granny Sue's Roadhouse is.
Okay.
Do they throw peanuts on the floor?
Yes.
I have a quick question outside of game.
Yep.
I completely forgot, and I'm not 100% sure. But was Rosabella there whenever the talk of the breakfast meetup thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was during
I'm just
dinner
trying to
the
make
night
sure.
before. Yeah, that was during dinner the night before.
Okay, I'm just trying to confirm. Okay.
Yep.
That's what I need.
So yeah, there is. You're going to have lunch at Granny Sue's Roadhouse, and you can do a tour of the shopping district afterwards if you wish.
I was thinking we would have an early... There's somewhere to get some clothes for Makoto to kind of just make the rest of the day easier for her. So I had made, I would say, reservations for us to go there for us to get fitted. All on me, of course.
Yes.
Alexandria's tail is wagging ever so slightly.
Yes.
Echo? Echo? Where is he?
Yeah.
Hello, Echo. Are you coming along for some fitting?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
He said,
Yeah.
your mic's not picking up, kiddo.
You can adjust it.
Okay. Oh, shit, fuck.
It's not a game if there's not technical difficulties.
Yes, very true.
At least we started on time this time.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think technically we did.
It's good enough.
It's close.
We were all here.
Yeah, that's the true win. We were all here at starting
We were
time.
all here.
Do you need me to come and do some tinkering with it, or you got it? Alright, let me pause the recording and I'll be right back.
I mean, Rosemary is also there, right?
Yeah, Rosemary should probably be with us at this point.
Yeah.
I would also say that, like, because you were asking about my perspective of family, you know, like, I want to say, like, older sister vibes and stuff, right? Like, because I had mentioned in my letter to Alexandria, right, is that, you know, like, I mentioned, you know, like, I've tried to reach out, but, like, she's the only one who's reached out to me, right, like, or has responded back or something, right, like, and we had talked, I think, last session about dinner, like, we were the only ones who seemed to have care to making sure we get back, like, the other, some resentment, I guess, from the siblings.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition between the siblings, and a lot of, like, interdimensional, well, not interdimensional, but intermingling issues. I feel like but despite their issues between each other, Lexi and Brianna are the closest to each other in that circle.
Yeah.
And then, you know, for them, it's just normal sibling, like, stuff.
Right, and it's not that Brianna would not want to be close to any of her siblings. It's just, maybe, I guess, let's say there's some resentment perhaps from how we're treated versus how the rest of them are treated.
Well, because we're the favorites.
Right, obviously. We literally just told my first lesson was a diplomatic thing with a king.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and fucking Alexandria got taken to break into the Knights' quarters.
Right? Like...
I just like that he threw them into the deep end. Like, was just like, yeah, here's what we're doing with the pups today.
It's not that much different from what Rosabella was trying to do. She was just thrown out into the middle of a forest and, said,
yeah.
I guess you gotta make your way back.
Yeah.
Oh, but she couldn't come back yet. There was time. She had to spend out there all alone. Nobody. Just nobody. She's all alone.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's great. The Pomeranian family, man. The Pomeranian family.
They're fucking insane. I don't think people realize that, but they are.
Oh, life is just a box of chocolates for the... Except not really, because chocolate is toxic to time.
Is the mic working for you, kiddo?
Yeah.
It does. I'm going to turn you up.
Alright, try it now, kiddo.
Yeah.
Better?
It's a little better.
It is a little better.
So, his audio output, it changed itself and it wasn't picking up his headset.
Huh. More you know.
Huh.
Try tweaking the microphone until it picks you up better. Hello? Speak a little louder.
Yeah?
That's better.
Mm-hmm.
We might just end up having to get him a new headset.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Alright, but that's good enough to continue. We will unpause now.
Woo!
Or it apparently has already unpaused.
Oh, so we've just been... Okay, cool.
That's okay.
Apparently, cat's walking across the keyboard. Let me make sure nothing's muted.
I'm waiting for the day your cats get on here and start talking to us when you're gone.
Oh, they've done that a few times, but I'm always on push to talk, so you never hear it.
I'm so sad. I want to hear them. I need to speak to them.
Lord.
I don't know when it unpaused, so I can't honestly tell you. I'm gonna have
It's just been hearing us have a full cover. It's just heard us have a full conversation,
Pretty much.
It's fine. It's fine.
Alright, yes, so you were talking about your plans and figuring out where all you're gonna go. You will not be going to Samoyed's House of Wearables. You will be going to the Dapper Doge.
Oh my god.
Very good. Yes.
It's a personal tailor.
I'm begging you that he's a Shiba Inu. But yeah, so I guess with that, if everyone's ready to set out, Alexandria already dragged Bayo away to help her get fixed when she came down the stairs looking like a mess.
Yep.
Yeah, so
yeah, as we're being dragged out. All right, everyone, we will leave in a couple minutes. Let me help my dear sister, and we will all head out soon. Makoto, whenever your father arrives, please make sure he enjoys some of the food we still have out on the table.
Of course. As you say that, a very small gray something drops from the chandelier and lands on the table behind you.
Ah. What is this?
You turn around. Yep. The girls and Echo immediately recognize who this is.
So I think Alexandria, her hand still in Bayo's paw, and that is Smugly.
Oh, this is Smugly. Hello, Mr. Smugly. I am Brianna. firstborn of my litter. It's nice to meet you, sir. Please enjoy the food as I take my sister to fix her hair.
Thank you. Actually, this is a little embarrassing considering that I haven't properly introduced myself. And he will, wave his hands and snap his fingers while stepping off the table. This now 6'3" black Persian cat in a full, very royal-looking suit is standing in front of the group.
If you would like some chopsticks, sir, I'm sure we still have some left over from yesterday. Just ask one of our maids and they will bring it to you.
No, that is, thank you very much. I am actually quite used to your, cutlery here.
Excellent. Oh, we are giving Miss Makoto some lessons on this. If you would like to help her, by all means. It is good to meet you again. I look forward to getting to know you more as the day goes on.
Of course. Thank you very much.
And then with that,
yeah.
I will start leading Lexi out.
Yep.
Yeah, just casually talk with the king and leave.
Yep, it's fine. So I think once they get up towards Alexandria's room, Alexandria's just, you realize who that is, correct?
Yes, that is her father, and seeing that she is a princess, I assume he is a king.
Beo,
Lexi.
that is Mao,
Yes.
immortal sorcerer, man that a war was fought against for quite some time.
Huh. I am sure I will have questions for him later.
Please don't tell me that was what was missed in your education.
I feel like I would know who he is, right? But
Yep.
Megan doesn't.
Okay, so, Mao is...
We should have explained that.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
no.
this guy who just
That's
turns
fine.
into... Just
So,
like, okay.
it's actually fine because he is not the immortal sorcerer. That is his grandfather.
Oh, well, retcon Alexandria saying that then, because she
Yep.
would have known
Well,
better.
they all take the title. They all take the title. But the necromancer Mao, Lord Mao, is the grandfather of the current Lord Mao, who is also called the immortal sorcerer. It's kind of like the title, like how the Chinese take the immortal king and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Grand Emperor, things like that. So Lord Mao is the third to hold the title of Mao.
Mhm.
Still very disliked by people.
Yes.
By,
Yeah,
by,
literally
by our
hated.
kingdom.
Very,
Yeah,
very
very
distrusted,
hated.
very hated.
This
yes.
This is a being that the dogs do not like at all.
Yeah.
Like
Didn't
So
Didn't
he's
Rex,
generally disliked in Pugmire.
Yes.
yeah.
He
Didn't
is... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Nope, I was gonna say, didn't Rex literally fight in a war against his people?
Yes.
Yeah.
About 60 years ago. Yes.
Yes. It's fine.
fair enough, but why he's not there?
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
So I like to think at that point, like they're in Alexandria's room. Alexandria's kind of gotten shoved into a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think she's just
So I would recommend perhaps I trust in you and I know that you can handle it far better than I ever will, but try to be careful.
Dear sister, you know that when grandfather took me out, it was with the king. I will be mindful. Don't worry.
I'm not necessarily worried. Just
I give you, like, when you say that, right? I give you the most intense, like, side eye you've ever seen.
Alexandria returns it. Just an absolute fucking stand out of I dare you to say anything.
It's just
Yep.
like, are you really not worried?
It's like a silent conversation between the siblings of just I dare you to talk first. Until just eventually Alexandria just
by any means, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
As
So-
like she's like fixing her fur, and they go through that whole thing. She explains to her about the punch she drank last night, and that it was in fact a bad idea.
There's a bit of a headache, but nothing really
Dear sister,
negative
did
happened.
you not think to check the contents of your drink first?
I may not have, but it
Sister,
could have
we can
gone
have
worse.
fun. Yes, it could have gone, which is why, even if we're having fun, even I know to be cautious in that aspect. I'm just glad you are okay. And that I guess that Rosabella had shown up when she did, just in case.
Mhm.
To be fair, what exactly would Rosabella have done if it had gone wrong?
Well, I would hope, having been your guard for some time, that she would have a very good idea of what to do in that moment. I mean, at worst, I
Oh,
would
I'm
have messaged grandfather, and I'm sure he would have just torn the city apart, and it would have been fine. You would have been okay.
I apologize, Brianna. You know, obviously I have been poisoned quite often. It is something that she has had to deal with
Lexi,
every single
Lexi,
day.
why are you getting poisoned so often?
You say that and then immediately stop as you remember during your childhood, all of your childhoods, you have been basically gone through the entire G3 torture and hostage takeover, the whole training for how to survive hostage
Wait.
situations.
Wait, this is important. Did they tell us we were going through the training, or did they just yeet the pups in again and like, yeah,
they
go
ju-
figure
they
it
just-
out?
Yeah, sacks, blindfolds, rope, all of that. You were just tossed into the back of a carriage one night and put through the ringer.
Did they do it separately or with all of them together?
Oh, it was separately. Each one of you's had your own chance.
Wait, tell me
Again.
how badly did it go for each pup between her and Bea?
Well, it didn't go well for the first litter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, which is why there's only 11 pups total now.
Oh,
oh.
wasn't that fun?
Yeah, it went better for the second litter, though, as they realized how to refine their techniques. Because they didn't want to actually kill any of the pups, they just wanted to make sure they knew how to survive it.
God damn it, we have trauma.
I like to call it spicy memories.
I like to imagine for just a second both her and Beo get like a faraway look in their eyes.
yeah, like this really far look.
And I think she just shakes her head and just
Anyway,
Make,
dear
um,
sister, I've been meaning to ask you something.
And what is that?
Did you ever get my letter?
You sent me a letter.
I did. You sent me yours, and I was very excited to see it, and I sent mine, and then I just didn't hear from you, and that was... I would like to think that we're good. There's nothing bad between us, right? That would stop you from sending me a letter out of spite. But
So I think with that, like, I like at that point, Beo's like fixing her hair, and Alexandria kind of turns around and like laces her like paw with Beo's and just.
As angry as I may get with you at some times, and as much as there are others that I wish to absolutely strangle you, I would never stop replying to you out of spite.
what
Have you-
happened?
There are things that happened in that time that I would rather you not be involved in.
There's also the Eye of Medusa in your backpack.
Yeah. It's actually in Rosabella's backpack.
Oh,
It's in
yes, it
mine.
is.
Yeah, I have it. Hello.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
knows what Rosabella's doing right now?
Because here's the thing: is I think that she got the letter before, like, it would have arrived here, like after Alexandria had left.
Yeah.
So I think she just sighs and she just.
I sent your letter out maybe a month before I decided to leave home.
Oh, you left home.
I did, and I haven't been back in several months now.
And you kind of just see like a little look. It's like, well, I'm glad you're not mad at me.
Beo,
Yep.
did you truly think that I would be mad at you when you had done nothing wrong?
I mean, none of our other siblings reply, and
Well, do you want me to go down the list of all of their issues? I'll start. As excuse me for just a moment while I look at their names again because there's so
Yup.
many fucking siblings. Kendrick, well, Kendrick's always had an attitude, you know that. Colwyn is Colwyn. Daniel is Daniel, and Emmerich is Emmerich, and he, I think, would be better suited to living in a field than communicating with anyone. And then Fiona, she tries, I think, but I also would not trust her with a blade or anything else, lest it end up between my shoulder blades. But, Bayo, you and I have never... Yes, we've had our spats and our issues, but we've never had issues in the way that they do. You know that there is an undercurrent of jealousy. And I think that is part of the due of being, well, a noble.
I just wish that whatever it was, we're all family. I would wish that we were maybe on all better terms, but I get what you're saying.
Bayo, I don't believe we will ever be on better terms. I have already accepted that fact. You must learn to not let your heart be so soft lest it get ripped out of your chest.
Damn.
Yes, the children do tend to have their own little quibbles and issues. Emmerich, as you say, would be better off in a field, is actually currently in a field with a scythe.
I love that for him.
He is mowing the wheat currently.
Oh my god, is he a farmer?
No, he is a agricultural manager.
Oh, I love that for
Oh,
him.
love that for him. But I think after a moment, Alexandria kind of shakes her head and kind of turns back so Veo can keep like working like the issues out of her fur. She
Yep.
just, you want to see if perhaps the letter was at least delivered? I can hop up, I can look at my nightstand.
Yeah, go take a look at it. I also need to send another letter out for work and the such, and I will do that, and I can meet you back in the dining room or wherever we were meeting.
Yeah, I think you're in Alexandria's room. And if
You
you
are
want
currently
to
in her
see
room.
the results of what you've been doing for her fur, go ahead and roll me a straight dexterity check.
Oh no.
Listen, I feel like I should get advantage. We're siblings. Obviously, I've
I
done
would
this.
say you've done this a few
before.
times. I will
Did you
give
say dexterity?
straight
instead of
dexterity.
saving? Okay. Is that just off of a saving throw,
Nope,
or
just
is it there
straight dexterity.
Is
I'm
that?
so scared. This is the most scared I've ever been about
So
a roll.
I see dex under saving throw, but I'm looking where to just roll like.
Yeah, it's
straight.
just a d20 plus your modifier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You'll have to manually
So that's
roll.
the first one.
Hmm.
What is it? I didn't look
It's
yet.
an 8.
8.
Okay, I'm gonna roll that again. As I was last time, I'm actually playing golf again, right?
Right.
And I'm because one of my friends, she's in Japan, and it's really hard to schedule.
Oh yeah, no, I
right.
get that.
Yeah,
You're
so
good, though. I would know.
What's your dex modifier?
it's a 1. I think it's rolling.
Oh
Good
yeah.
+1.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have some cards that you could.
Cards that you could use.
Sure. How does one
So
use
you
them?
just drag one out, and I will delete it, and that counts
Okay.
as basically as a reroll.
Okay. All right. I will do that then. I'll
No,
just
I do think
roll
it's
that real-
hilarious. Nope, it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. Dear God.
You know what?
Okay.
She got so distracted during that conversation,
Yep.
and you had turned.
Even
You had turned. So I'm. You know, it. Listen,
You know what? Yeah, it's your fault. You kept moving.
it's your, you kept moving.
I don't think
Oh my
Alexandria's fur is even worse than when it started.
I just say, dear Lexi, as I'm like about to step out and I had like finally looked at you, I'm so sorry. I'm going to go call
Why are you apologizing?
I'm going to go call Anya and she's going to do some good work on your hair. Don't
What have you done? She's already hopping up to run to her vanity. I like to imagine as she's like running to the vanity, Theo's fucking running.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I fucking booked it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So she like gets to her vanity, slams her paws on her vanity, stares in horror for a second, and just throughout the entire house you hear this echoing, Theo!
And Anya, where are you, Anya? Anya,
Coming. Yes,
could you go see Alexandria? She something happened to her hair. I may or may not have been involved, but she needs
Alexandria's
your
crossing the stairs in the background at this point. You just see
excellent touch. I must go now. Please hurry.
Did you get chicle in her hair again?
Not this time. Anyway, and I leave.
Yep.
and you see, at that point, you see Alexandria at the top of the stairs, standing there, her fur sticking up in every single different direction it possibly could.
Anya is the tea serving maid, so of course she has the tray of tea, sees Alexandria, and immediately drops it to the sound of porcelain shattering.
Anya, if you mention this to anyone,
I would never, mistress. Come on, let's get the shears and the combs, and we will write this.
Shears.
Yep.
Fear. One fear.
Yep. It is big old rat's nest now.
Oh, Bayo's gonna get it. She's gonna get it so fast.
So
Meanwhile, I'm like making a note to the tarot. For my sister, please make sure you are providing her the finest of material. She is having I'm like sending them this message, right?
Yeah.
Like she's having a terrible day. Just whatever it takes, make her smile.
yeah. So it takes about a half an hour for Anya to fix.
We might be a little
Alexandria's
late.
hair. Yeah. It takes about a half an hour. It started off as a big tangled rat's nest that was supposed to be a nice little braid set and everything, and it ends up as it would be the human equivalent of like a short bob hairstyle.
No!
Oh. 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 Oh.
She had to trim about 4 inches off to fix it.
So I think Alexandria sees herself in the mirror and just, I can never be seen in public again.
It's not that bad, mistress.
it's Anya.
Uh,
Don't lie to me. Anya, I've known you since I was a pup. I can see it on your face.
we can get it fixed.
I would suggest you step out, Anya.
Yes, mistress. And she runs.
And so what I think Anya hears is just something hitting the door.
Yep.
Alexandria fucking threw the shears.
Yep. Go ahead and roll me a ranged attack.
Oh god, do I have an option for that? It hit the door. It hit the door. So I just want to state that she's hitting the door.
Yep, so it would be d20 plus your dexterity plus your proficiency.
Oh, I think I accidentally rolled damage.
That's fine. For a 6, yeah, that's enough to hit the door as you throw the shears, and they just happen to open as they hit the door. So instead of a nice satisfying thunk, it's a shunk as they embed themselves in the door.
Oh my god.
And with that, Alexandria opens the door so calmly, looks towards where Anya is running away, and just, tell Bayo I will not be joining her today, and slams the door again. Alexandria is so fucking pissed. For reference, since you have no reference for this Bayo, this entire campaign she has worried so much about her fur, her outfit, her looks, down to the littlest degree. She's pissed.
Yeah. It's like she went from having long hair to now she has a short bob.
She will be hiding out for a matter of weeks until it grows back.
Okay. I think this is as good a time as any for Rosabella to show up at the door because she probably heard everything going on.
Yep.
So Rosabella's just gonna knock on Alexandria's door a little bit.
So what
Very
she
calmly.
hears is just, go away.
Mm,
You can see the points of the shears sticking through the door, by the way.
Rosabella acknowledges the shears and just, well, that was a good throw at least.
I always have had an excellent arm.
Very, would you like me to come in and fix it?
I don't think you can fix it, Rosabella.
I can make you look decent.
I look about as bad as Cain did.
Rosabella opens the door because she's not really afraid of Alexandria.
Yeah.
You just see Alexandria sitting at the foot of her bed, knees to her chest.
Let me
Ears
see.
pinned back against her skull.
Let me see.
With that, she like turns her head towards Rosabella, and Rosabella can just see all like how short her fur is now.
Rosabella just gets this kind of like soft smile on her face and just
If
kind of
you-
walks over.
If you laugh or say anything, I will ruin you.
Do you see me laughing?
I see you smiling.
Because it's really not that bad.
It's awful. I look like I ran into an absolute mess of blades and I...
Rosabella kind of lifts her hand and says, "May I fix your hair?"
You can try. It's already a ruined mess, and I will be sure that Brianna hears about it.
Rosabella
later.
does not even let her finish before she's already setting to do. Yeah, so with bobs, like it is the like where it's the longer in the front, correct?
Mhm.
Like that's the kind of bob you're talking about. Because
Yeah.
that's when I hear a bob, that's what I see.
Yeah, it's
So
longer
Rosabella-
in the front, kind of shorter in the back, yes.
Rosabella goes to braiding the longer pieces and putting them to the back, and goes to like pin it and everything because for Rosabella, she genuinely thinks that Alexandria looks really pretty with this hairstyle.
Alexandria is so pissed the entire time. You can just see it in her face and her body language. She is seething.
Brianna,
yeah.
as this is going on, there is a
Uh-huh.
knock at the mansion door.
Rosemary, could you go see who that is?
So she goes and opens the door, and there is a young man chihuahua shaking like he's in the middle of an earthquake. I heard the scream from all the way down in the corridor. Hey, my name's Twitch. Who are you?
So he's talking to Rosemary.
Yeah. I'm Rosemary. You're the one that the girls talk about selling potions, right? Yes.
Potions, you say? And Brianna, like, she pops. Do you have any potions that fix hair by chance?
Do you want longer hair, or do you want shorter
Give
hair?
me-
Do you want to color the hair?
Give me all of them.
He opens up this little box that he always carries around, and there are a myriad of potions in it.
I throw money at him. I take the box. I walk away. Rosemary, please see if the man has any needs, or I will take questions. This is of the utmost importance, and I scurry off.
I like to imagine Twitch standing there awkwardly like this still did not answer my question as to what has happened. I don't know if things
not
are
at
okay.
all. he heard the scream from the corner. That's how loud you were.
It echoed through so much of Pugmire.
Yes.
Mary's just standing there like,
Yeah, she is just stunned. Like, what in the... come along, I'll make you some scones and tea. And she leads him into the kitchen, starts cooking up some scones.
Does Bayo dare step into the room?
No. So I go and I as quietly as I can, I put the box right in front of the door and I walk like at least 30 feet away and I like mage hand and I do a knock, right? And then I cast sending. Lexi, I am so sorry. Know that I will do whatever it takes to fix it. There are some potions right outside your door. Do not I'm afraid to make it worse. But there are potions outside your door. If we must, we will go to her. Like I'm like sending like multiple sendings. It's like she's just getting like it'll like cut off and then it'll just pick up at random.
So I like to think Alexandria lets her get through it, and then all Rosabella sees is just Alexandria holds out her fingers to count her little paws, and she just, Brianna, there is no way that you can fix this. You are never is one word. So shit. The shit is me, but you can just feel it from her. Touching my fur again.
You just hear singular deal.
I suggest you go downstairs before I lose my temper.
I'm way gone at this point. I'm not anywhere near your door at this point. I had left the potions.
What did you think about seeing the shears just poking from the door?
I'm like, yes, I'm going to do exactly as I said I did. As in, I am going to knock magically on the door. I'm going to send a message and be far, far away.
Yep. If either one of you opens the door, there is Twitch's little box of potions. Which, by the way, Brianna basically paid 5 times the amount of what the box of potions is worth.
God.
Isabella will go to the door and just, would you like one?
I would if it's going to fix it, or if it's going to make it worse. I would suggest it stays out of my reach before I take something
there is
valuable.
one very prominent potion in the box. Up front and center. They are all hair care products, by the way, that Twitch has brought. Hearing the scream, he knows Alexandria.
Was he? Oh god, the prissy one.
Yep.
The other prissy one.
There is. So the very prominent, largest bottle says, "Drink carefully and responsibly. 1 swallow per day. The Happy Hounds Hair Growth Formula."
If Rosabella holds it up, Alexandria is holding her hands out.
Rosabella just, careful. Not too much, but don't do too little. And hands it to her.
It takes everything in Alexandria to not drink the entire bottle. But she does take one big swallow, as told to do.
Yep. Okay, so this is the first time we're gonna have this kind of roll. I need Alexandria to make me a wisdom save.
Oh no! Oh, she's not wisdom based. Yeah, that's my other card.
Yep.
That's my other card. Yep, take that.
Yep.
Um.
So this is liquid polymorph.
This is not her day. This is not her day.
Oh yeah, this is liquid polymorph.
Damn it! I don't suppose I have another card anymore.
Oh, you don't need it. Because it's going to do
cool.
exactly what it says on the bottle. It's going to grow your hair.
How badly?
You have gained about 18 inches of hair.
So you just see Alexander sitting there. She looks in the mirror. She's shaking. She is so fucking mad.
Rosabella just sighs.
I would suggest please get Anya again. Or someone, or anyone at this point.
Rosabella goes and grabs the shears. She yanks them out.
Yep. Give me a strength roll. Straight strength.
Oh god.
Well, she is proficient in strength, isn't
Yes,
she?
she is.
Yeah. Okay, so that's plus 4 to
D20
whatever
plus the modifier plus the proficiency.
Yep. So it's like what /R 1d20.
Yep. Plus whatever.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I think that. Okay. 13 plus 4, so 14, 15, 16, 17.
Oh yeah, you pull them out easily. There is a good. I mean, these are shears. They're not scissors. So there's a
I
good
know.
2-inch gap in each section where the blade was.
Yeah, I worked with these for a while, so yeah, I know.
Yeah. Alright, go ahead and also give me a dexterity roll to see how well you cut her hair.
Is it good? Is it good?
It's a 10.
Oh,
Plus modifier,
better
and yeah.
Okay, sorry. So for dexterity, correct?
Yes.
Plus 1, 11.
Plus the proficiency, so that would make it...
Oh, yeah. 13.
Okay, that's decent enough. Because she's not, like, going for it. She's just trimming you down. That's
Yeah.
enough to beat the DC. You don't ruin the hair. You just get her back to where she was. Although, because of your earlier administrations, now she has wind braids.
What the fuck are wind braids?
Okay, so when you braid the side of your hair... Because
Yeah.
she started braiding in the front and pulling it back on both sides.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
now the braids extend down your back because of the hair growth.
God, so I think Alexandria just takes a second, starts taking the braids out, shakes herself, gives like a good shake, brushes it while Rosabella's standing there, and then turns around, just holds out her hands to Rosabella. I don't know if Rosabella would take her hands.
Rosabella will carefully put her paw in.
Those are wind
Alexandria's.
braids.
And I think she just...
I am not angry at you. Here's why I say it. I am deeply grateful that you are my guardian.
Yeah, look in the general, out of character. Those are wind braids.
Those are actually really cute. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
she actually would have left those in,
Yeah.
because those are actually really fucking cute.
Yeah, but what started as short braids ended up getting longer because of the hair growth.
But she just...
I am deeply grateful that you are my guardian.
I've been through this a little bit with you.
Not to that extent. My fur has never gotten that bad.
Rosabella just smiles and sets the shears down, and then looks at them, but then grabs them back again and says, "You know, maybe I should keep these."
Oh no, I was just about to tell you to keep them away from me, and perhaps also, as much as I am loath to give it up.
She kind of like starts taking her crossbow off, passing the bolts over.
Rosabella
Well-
just... By the way, you should apologize to Anya. She did her best.
Oh no, I will apologize to Anya when I am calm. That's why I told her to leave the room before I threw the shears.
You also shouldn't have thrown the shears.
That was at the door, not at her. It was just a moment of
It-
frustration.
You should not have thrown the shears.
Rosabella, you need to... I'm sorry, I can't take this fucking song seriously. You should have known, or well, you should know by this point, I am amazing at controlling my temper, but there are times when even I cannot do that.
Well, you simply could have, called for me or had Anya come grab me instead of,
And what could you do at that point? It was horrendous, Rosabella. Pomeranians aren't exactly
Again.
known for their short fur.
Again, I too have long fur, and I have had to, comb my own fur to tame it.
Right.
Rosabella puts the shears in her little satchel to, hold for later, because
Mhm.
why not?
Yeah.
They can be used as weapons, and she can
Yep.
cut hair. What not?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
count
yeah.
as throwing daggers.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yay! But Rosabella just, you look fine enough, so we will be heading out tonight. Or today. Or whenever. We are pretty late at this point.
It is not my fault that we are late.
It's not. But at the same time it is. But it's not.
There are so
Rosabella just smiles and just, do you need any more assistance?
I am mostly ready otherwise. I will be down in a moment.
Okay. We're going to have a good day. And
I
it'll
don't-
be nice.
If I don't murder my sister first.
You will not murder your sister. You like her too much for that.
P.S.
I'm-
Sister paid for all the like.
All
potions.
the conditions. Yeah. But here's the thing. Alexandria is so mad.
I also sent a message saying, if you want to see someone to like trim your hair, whatever, I will pay for it.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. Bayo's going to be paying from her personal salary today.
I
will not let this go.
already said that I am paying for everything today.
Alexandria will not let this go. Ever. But I think Alexandria takes a moment, gets ready, locates the letter from Brianna, and then heads down the stairs. I like to imagine at some point she passes Anya
Yep.
and does take a moment.
She is definitely trying to sink into the shadows.
Yeah, I think Alexandria takes a moment as she's approaching, takes a deep breath, and just,
Anya,
Yes, mistress?
I deeply apologize for how I reacted. That was not alright. I had no reason to snap at you.
I understand. I do. She is also a fluffy dog, so she understands the issues with hair. She's just not very good with shears.
And
And I think she's just... Also, Anya,
Yes, mistress.
if you would like, as apology for me losing my temper, as long as you don't mention it to anyone, as far as we're concerned, it never happened. Feel free to take the day off, and we will say that you're still being paid for the day.
I appreciate that, mistress, and I think I'll take you up on that offer.
Your death experience really
Yeah.
does that to you.
to be fair, Alexandria threw when the door was closed. It's fine.
Yeah.
To be fair, she probably had just stepped away from the door when they came through the door.
Yeah.
Alexandria is also hoping that Rex does not get word of this.
Oh,
This
this
is
is,
a field day.
he would laugh about it and then just go to his room, to his study, and start working on the paperwork. He would-
Listen, I imagine people already know.
oh
Do you
yeah.
think there's any gossip around the manor about Alexandria throwing shears into a door?
Oh, absolutely.
Did anybody win any bets?
Yeah, did anyone win a bet?
I hope it's the stable boy.
I also hope it's stable boy. I hope he gets enough to retire at this point.
Nobody actually won the bet.
What was the bet?
So the bet was that Alexandria would eventually lose her temper, but the mode and reason why, the reason why was correct. The mode was wrong.
What was the mode that they expected her to take?
She's a sneaky little rogue. What do you think they?
Yeah. They think she's gonna stab somebody in the back.
Yep.
Yeah. She's not gonna murder anybody yet. Keyword.
Yeah.
But I think she takes the time, makes sure she looks perfect, and then slowly walks down the stairs, locking eyes with her sister.
I'm just going. So, listen, I know that took some time, right? I had left it. I just don't know if Brianna would have stayed for the fact that I feel like she would have heard, I'm not coming!
Do you think she left?
Right.
She was like, "We're going!" They just yanked Makoto and...
Yeah, I think you would know your sister well enough to know that this happens a few times, especially when it involves her fur. She'll eventually calm down. Yeah.
Right, but the thing is, I wouldn't know how long it was going to take, and I have made too many reservations.
Yeah, you would definitely leave for the reservations, but you would also have a
I would have
carriage
left a
or
note.
something. Yeah.
Right, I would have
note
left
with
a
a
note, like if you... dearest Froyo, and I leave like this thing if she needs to go see what's it called, hairstylist, whatever. And here this hairstylist is on call all day long. Whatever you need fixed, it's already paid for. And then there's like a list of times of like reservations, and she'll notice that one of them might have been like early in the morning, but it got like pushed later back so that she could still make it to that fitting if she did so choose to like leave. So we might have hit like other stores like in that meantime.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, for Alexandria, a lot of this, she's already the runt. She's already not like perfect in any means. The only goddamn thing she's really good with is her fur and her outfits. And that girl does not like either of those to be messed with. But I think she takes a second when they're at the bottom of the stairs, kind of.
And there's maybe a PS. If Rosabella would like use of the hairstylist, it is also paid for.
Oh,
Rosabella just kind of giggles a little.
Oh yes, Rosabella, write down in your rucksack Twitch's random box of potions.
That's right, because we still have some on.
Hell yeah!
There are 32 different hair styling potions.
Oh my god!
And he is still in the kitchen eating scones and drinking tea.
Do we see him as we're passing?
Yes.
So I think Alexandria is talking to Rosabella, talking about maybe they'll just meet up with Kane and then head out. And I think she just stops, turns slowly, and just Twitch.
He just waves.
What are you doing here?
I heard the scream from the quarter.
If Alexandria could blush under all of her fur, she would be bright fucking red.
Rosabella, just thanks for the potion.
Yes, I figured any one of them would help in the situation, considering he looks Alexandria up and down. You look good. And then he just continues drinking his tea and eating the scones.
Can she roll an insight check?
Yeah.
On him? To see if he's actually being honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Sense motive.
No!
Sense motive is insight.
Oh. Did I roll the wrong one?
Yes, you did.
It's even worse.
You have no idea. Between his stutter and the fact that he's got a mouthful of scone and tea, it's hard to tell.
Okay. And I think
he did give you a little thumbs up, though.
Yeah, so she's going to take it as a real compliment and kind of smile and, like, straighten up and just,
thank you. Feel free to stay as long as you would like. Now, you said you heard me scream.
Yes.
How far down were you when you heard it?
Oh, I was at, the Merchants District of Riverwalk Quarter.
Right. You don't happen to have just really good hearing, do you?
Kinda. It's about a half a mile away.
Did anyone else react upon hearing me scream?
It's not the first time we've heard a noble scream like that.
Right.
I was just lucky to get here first before the other merchants arrived.
Right. Thank you again, Twitch.
and I think it's like she'll just kind of like reach over, grab Rosabella's paw, and start walking towards the door. And as soon as they're far enough away that she thinks that he can't hear, she'll just,
I don't believe I'm ever going to live this down, am I?
Rosabella gives a little soft giggle and just, I think you're thinking too much on it.
Well, there are certain expectations, Rosabella, of a noble.
So, out of game, Alexandria has witnessed what is called a merchant's mobilization, when a noble is distressed enough that they will let out a loud enough scream to be heard, which all dogs have quite good hearing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the situation and depending on which merchant actually shows up first is usually the one that gets paid. The last time a merchant mobilization happened was during a very prominent wedding, and the wedding dress got ruined.
Oh my god. Listen, this is equivalent to a wedding dress getting ruined.
Oh
let's
yeah,
be honest
absolutely.
here.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, Alexandria is very proud of only very specific things. And this is one of them. Oh, I have the ruler up. I did not mean to do that. But yeah, so she'll just the certain expectations of nobles bit, and then she'll just kind of start dragging Rosabella with her.
Yep.
Get
You
away from the
will
situation as fast as possible.
Get out the door. There is a carriage waiting. There is a coachman and everything. It is being pulled by a lovely roan horse. And there are 3 merchants standing outside the gates of the manor house. One is holding a dress, one is holding perfume, and one is holding diapers.
I have questions.
They didn't know what to prepare for. Twitch is the only one that knows Alexandria well enough.
Rosabella just.
Don't
Shall we
touch
get
me.
going?
We should.
And then she'll get in the carriage. She's
Yep.
mortified.
They see Twitch. As you are leaving, Twitch is coming out of the house, patting his belly and stretching. And the merchants see him and leave crestfallenly.
Oh my god. Lord. But yeah, they'll go ahead and they'll catch up with Brianna.
Yeah, it doesn't take you too long. You can still make the reservation at the restaurant. And the hairdressers, the dapper doge.
Do you go there first, or do you go to the hairstylist?
We're going to meet with you first. Unless Rosabella has other plans. But right now Alexandria is like she's going to go see her sister first.
I would say the first place they would try to be at the longest is the one where they're all getting fitted, and I imagine that would take a bit of time, seeing that she's with an otaku.
So I like to imagine you're getting fitted and the door just opens, you look over, there's your sister.
I want to hold on. Let me
Okay, go.
just pause real fast.
Mhm,
I'm just gonna put which sense no. Which one is like my perception check, or is that still
That would be
perception?
notice.
Notice, okay.
That's a 3.
Okay, it would be really funny if I got a higher one.
Yep.
You have your cards you could use. You could use your other one.
Why not? I know 1 minus 1 is 0. Anyway, notice.
13. That's
Okay.
good enough.
Okay, so I want to imagine as I see them coming, I swipe my card real fast and I take on I want to say I go into a changing room first, right? I swap my card. And if I was to come back, I would look like a Great Dane.
Okay.
And I want to say I have some perfume. I want to say I bought some Great Dane perfume at some point, and I spritz that on me a little bit.
So the shop door opens. Alexandria enters. Her eyes scanning the room. So I imagine she sees Makoto, a couple tailors helping her, and then a Great Dane.
Yep.
Is that the only people in the shop?
Well, Kane might be there.
Kane's
Echo?
there. Echo might be there. There's a few others there.
Oh yeah, because Echo was coming with us. Yeah.
Continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. Yeah, there's a few others there, but it's not really packed. This is a by appointment tailor, so.
So I think with all the confidence in the world, Alexandria walks past the Great Dane towards Kane. It's definitely faked confidence, but this girl, she's gonna live this down. I think
Roll
she just
me a performance check.
Oh god. Oh, I have not been rolling good tonight. Oh, nat 20!
Nice.
20 plus 1.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you pull it off beautifully. It's the whole, you just drop into the noble confidence mode, walk right up to Kane. He kind of eyes you for a second, and then he says the dumbest thing in the world because he is your older brother. I thought your hair was ruined.
In an instant, that mask falls as she's looking at Kane. Horror in her eyes, flashing with so many other emotions.
Rosabella. Rosabella's gonna walk up and just... Who told you that? Because she looks amazing.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, look, she looks fine.
She looks amazing.
Yes, she does. He looks at the fire and at Rosabella's eyes like, yes, she does.
So I think...
Oh, don't tell me. Tell your sister.
You look amazing.
Thank you, Kane.
I actually
and
like
I'm
the
sure...
little braids on the side.
Thank you. Rosabella
say-
did them for me.
As they're having this conversation, right, I just walk out and I go find like the nearest treat shop, right? So that when I reappear, right, I had I'll drop it at some point, get the treats, because I imagine I would know, right, like what they all like, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And then I'll walk in like, oh, y'all finally made it. I had gone out and gotten some treats, and I'll like,
Can I roll a
Mage
sense
hand-
motive?
Yes.
I'll mage hand and blend towards my sister and be like, here you go.
No! God damn it!
Echo knows what's up.
Do you want a sense motive, Jess?
Sure, why not?
Everyone knows what's up except Alexandria.
Yep.
Except everyone but you.
Yeah, Alexandria's still too upset. She was mid-conversation with Kane of just...
And whatever you heard about my fur being ruined was absolutely a lie, I'm sure.
Of course.
She's like making the sibling eye contact of, if you say anything, I will end you.
Of course.
As like, and then I think it's when she's like,
Where exactly is Brianna?
as Brianna's like coming in.
As I walk in, right, with
Yeah.
arms full of treats, coffees, whatever. Rosemary was probably waiting outside. I'm like, Rosemary, I need you to hold more of this.
Yep.
Please, I'm in so much trouble.
She's used to this. She actually arms full, everything, carrying bags and boxes as always.
As always, she was supposed to get a break. Oop.
Yeah.
Rosabella
she
just
didn't.
watching as this is all happening, just kind of a small smirk on her face.
So I think like just the conversation with Kane, all that distracted her. She was way too focused. So when she turns around, she makes eye contact with Brianna, and she just,
You and I, my dearest sister, one of the closest people to my heart, are going to have a conversation.
I've already paid for whatever you needed today. Not that you need anything, but if there is anything, it's already paid for.
Of course. That's, perhaps actually I will take you up on that. Why don't you come in the fitting room with me?
I think I am needed somewhere. Oh my god, is that a child calling? And I start to like walk out the door.
Would you turn me down, Brianna? Are you denying how close we are?
Would you at least take the sweet first then?
I will happily take the sweet first.
as she's like taking in, trying to grab her sister's arm.
Oh, I mage-handed. I already said it. I mage-handed that treat to you.
So she takes the treat, looks at Brianna, and just,
It's lovely. Now, follow me. The tailors will be along in a moment. Follow me.
I make eye contact with Rosemary, and it's kind of that look if I'm not out in the next 5 minutes. You need to get me out.
Mhm.
Rosabella's seeing
Rosemary
this
nods, puts her hand on the back of Brianna's back, and gives her a nice forceful push.
Rosemary.
Before they go in, Rosabella does lean down to Alexandria, just... You are within sight, Remember your place.
I do, and it's just a conversation. I will make sure that we are not overheard.
And with that, as soon as she's close enough, I imagine probably like after getting shoved, Alexander just acting so sweet, still pulling on the perfect nobility, like they're just having a fun day, sweet smile on her face, grabs Brianna's paw, and I think Brianna might be the only person who can feel it, because she can feel it, like not feel it, but notices it because she can feel it. Her grip is like so tight for Alexander. It's not, she's not strong by any means, but it's tight for her. And she's going to lead her sister into the nearest fitting room, close the door, turn around to her.
I could not say this while we were at the house. You are not forgiven by any means. You will be handling everything that I need today from your personal finances. 1 second.
Yeah,
I like how she's telling me what I've already stated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah.
But she just.
Now,
Did you not get my note this morning, sister?
I did, but it'll be from your personal finances.
It's
Nothing
already
from the
going to be
house?
from my personal finances.
Of course. Now, the second part of this. Do you remember how Rex would have, how grandfather would have us settle things when we were pups?
There was a lot of things grandfather did that he would have us settle things as pups. Which ones of the many?
I don't like getting my paws dirty. I don't like getting dirty. I don't even like necessarily fighting in combat close up. But tonight, you and I are going to handle things in the family arena. After that, you will be forgiven. But you have committed a slight against me that I, as a noble and one of the possible heirs to the Pomeranian family name, cannot forgive. So I will be taking my repercussions.
Alexandria, after saying that, a white glove, magically appears in your hand.
God, okay, wait. Can I roll a history check really fast, Talon? Just
Yep.
Would it be more impressive for her to do that, like to leave and throw the glove down, or would it be better to keep that private? Is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nat 1.
So historically,
can I get advantage for being cool?
Yeah, go ahead. But historically, this is technically you don't need a history roll for this because this is something to deal with your house. Nice with the nat 20. So, when a sibling calls out another sibling in the arena to settle a disagreement, the grandfather has had an enchantment placed to where the call out is given a white glove so that they can officially challenge the other to a duel.
Do they need a witness for this?
Nope. The glove is technically counted as the witness.
Oh my god. So I think she lifts the glove up and throws it down on the ground. And just...
I, as I stated, will be seeing you tonight. As for the rest of the day, we will be perfectly pleasurable, but you are not forgiven until after the battle tonight. Do I make myself clear?
Alexandria, I am already aware of what I have done, and I have already made steps to apologize to you. I'm not against apologizing to you.
Well, the glove has already been thrown. I do it with love, because I do still care for you as my sister, and this will not ruin our relationship.
Alexandria, my point is, this feels more severe than it needs to be.
You ruined my fur.
And I'm not denying that I did, but I am taking every step I can to make sure I fix what I've done wrong.
Rihanna?
I am not accepting this duel, Alexandria. I have already paid for the potions to fix your fur. I've already offered to pay for anything you want out of my own pockets today. This is the first time I've seen you in so long, and I already feel so guilty for already ruining our time together.
I'm not trying to make you feel guilty.
No, I have apologized. I am already doing the steps I need to make this better. And I walk out.
God, now Alexandria feels a little bad.
Good.
Rosemary, I have some matters I need to go attend to. Could you please make sure that these appointments are met on time and take care of any other costs out of my own pockets?
Of course.
Thank you so much. I go out and I summon a phantom steed, and I go off to do some work.
Oh no.
Look what you did!
It's good character stuff, but as a player, I'm sorry, Bayo.
It's like, you think you're gonna get me into a fucking duel? You thought wrong.
Well, here's the thing: is this is by family ordered now.
Yep.
So I think Alexandria walks out after a moment, takes another deep breath, kind of straightens her shoulders, puts back on that noble mask, and just,
Rosabella,
Rosabella turns her head.
may I ask you a favor?
What is it?
Today your order is to keep watch over Makoto. Make sure that she is all right, that she does not draw too much attention. I think that I'm going to head home for a little while.
and with that, she'll kind of like walk by, pat Rosabella's arm in the passing, brush past Rosemary, and she will head out.
Rosabella just looks at Rosemary and just... Sisters.
Yes.
Well, are we finished here?
She looks at Makoto and her eyes go wide. What are you wearing? Do you turn to Makoto? Do you turn to Makoto after Rosemary kind of went goggly over looking at Makoto?
Yeah.
She is wearing a black leather jacket, a pair of jeans, and a kind of nice t-shirt, but it's like the men's style button-up t-shirt.
Rosabella just kind of smiles and just... Nice.
Of course you're going to encourage her. I'm going to step out for a cigarette, and she walks out the door. Something
Rosabella
she wouldn't
just
do
turns
around
towards
Brianna.
Rosabella's just... Do you like it?
It's interesting. A little different from what we have at home.
Well... He turns towards Pain and just... Your thoughts?
I mean, it's kind of better than the ears, so it's not that bad. Actually,
I think
he
it's a good look.
looks her up and it's not bad at all.
I agree. But Rosabella also takes into account of... She looks back to where Rosemary is.
Yeah, she is sitting on the bench outside smoking a cigarette and just hanging her head between her knees like, this family is going to murder me.
Poor thing.
Oh no, we are going to give her a true breakdown.
Well, I guess I'm the one who is going to be in charge of us getting to where we need to go. And, question.
Yes.
Do I need to do a check in a sense of if Makoto's outfit would cause more of a stir in a negative way?
There's not really a check for that. More.
I'm only asking because the ones who are, supposed to know how...
You could sense motive,
Yeah,
the
sense
You
motive
could
would
even
be-
know history based on the stuff you know from Alexandria.
Well, that, and you can sense motive, like, the tailor, because they're going to have a look on their face regardless of, like, you know,
True.
like...
Okay. I'll do that, because... Love when the ones who are supposed to be leading this just leave.
Sibling fight, and Alexandria feels bad now, and then her sister's also upset.
Yep. So, with the 14 for the sense motive, you have the feeling that the tailor is the one that has suggested these items to Makoto.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, Riona would be so fucking pissed if she, because I probably would have given instructions to not do shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But the thing about tailors is they're always
Yeah.
wanting to push off their
Uh-huh.
personal designs, and
Yes.
this is one of theirs. So yeah,
Riona's
she
Okay.
gonna
she has
fucking smear
dresses.
campaign
Yeah,
after this.
yeah, there are dresses in boxes and everything. There's nice clothing, but then this is the one she's like, you can walk out in this one.
Rosabella, with what she knows and with the understanding of how Brianna had kind of. Brianna and Alexandria probably would not want to cause too much attention. She's going to look at one of the tailors and just. Is there a dress that Brianna had particularly liked on Makoto?
Yes, the purple one here, and she'll hand it to you.
Inside check.
Thank you.
Go ahead and roll sense motive.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll sense motive on that. Yeah.
If I'm gonna be getting a laptop soon.
One
I'll be
day.
able to do this.
I zoned out. Oh god, what was asked of me?
Since
Sense motive.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, everyone, you heard the mental me zoning out.
Yeah, you're good. It's probably not that specific one, but it does look nice. It does look noble.
Okay. What are the other options?
Would Kane be helping her at all?
Kane has
Yeah.
no idea when it comes to clothing. He
Oh,
typically
no.
runs around. Yeah, he typically runs around in slats.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has no fashion sense at all.
Rosabella is going to look at the other colors that are provided. Although she is going to keep was it purple?
Yeah,
Was it purple
purple.
dress? Okay.
There,
What are the other colors?
there is a pastel pink. There's a
No.
blue sunflower sundress. There's a couple other like white lace and things of that nature.
Which one looks the most like it's not too in your face, but it's also like not meh, you know?
Probably the sundress.
Okay. Rosabella's gonna grab the sundress and look at Makoto and just switch into this, dear. Okay?
Yeah, okay. She'll take it and head to the dressing room and come back a couple minutes later. It looks nice on her.
Rosabella smiles and just, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
But we are keeping those pants and the jacket and everything because you looked amazing.
She looks at Rosabella. You're getting one too, right?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they can match.
Because
sister
pants are
shipping trip.
the best. Pants are the best.
You'll-
So Rosabella will just if that is all, we should head out to do the next excursion, I guess.
Yes. And with this, since the party is basically splitting up, we will go ahead and do a little time skip back at the house.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. So,
Because otherwise, I was going to have to sit there. I was gonna have to sit there.
yeah, I'm
and,
not
like,
going to force you through that. So,
Yeah.
you return back to the house, and as soon as Alexandria and Brianna walk through the door,
Oh, I wouldn't have gone home.
Yeah,
Oh,
Alexandria would have went home.
it
'cause
doesn't
she has
matter.
to go.
as soon as one of you walks through the door, the both of you are teleported to the arena, holding pillows in your hands.
Why the fuck did they give us pillows?
Because it's the
Hey.
girls, it's a pillow fight.
Hey!
I take one look at the pillow and I just drop it and I walk out.
There is a barrier.
I sit against it.
So here's my question: is anyone else there with us, Talon,
Nope,
or is it just
it is
the girls?
empty.
Brianna, you know we have to do this before it comes down.
What do I know about like all these rules for the arena?
So basically, the rules are you fight until there is a resolution.
Mhm.
If you declare a resolution and one of the others a winner, the arena barrier will go down. You don't technically have to fight.
Yes. I've already expressed my part today. I am not doing this. I will forfeit if I must. I can be doing other things.
We need to settle this.
I have already tried, and this was your solution to settle this.
Because this, and I think with that she motions to the barrier, is the best way to do it when it comes to us Pomeranians. I appreciate your efforts, but Bayo, you know how important how I look is to me.
And I have tried everything I could do today, from buying the potions to making sure that I paid out of my own funds so you could pay for whatever it would need to repair what needed to be done to your fur. I have taken every step of the way to repair whatever this is. But clearly it doesn't matter.
It's not that it doesn't matter. It's the fact that I need to make a point, Bayo.
What point do you need to make? I already understand how you care about your looks, and I took steps to fix it.
I think with that, Alexandria drops her pillow, plops down, pulls her knees to her chest, kind of rests her arms on top of them, and just...
Bayo, you know that there are very few areas that I, among our siblings, excel.
And I am not saying that it is not important, right? I already feel guilty that I had made you feel this in this manner, and I had gone and taken, and instead of maybe pulling me aside for a conversation first, you had come in and you have declared this.
Because how could I have known, Bayo, that you were going to listen if I came to you with a conversation?
Because I am your sister, and I have always listened to you. Whatever you have asked, I have always given. I know how you feel about being called a runt, and I have never called you such.
At that word, her ears turn back, and she just...
I have never treated you less than my sister.
Bayo, even though you don't mean to, do you understand that I still walk in your shadow every day of my life? No matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, I am still, to everyone else, I am the runt. Even to ones outside our family.
Right, so that should be taken out against me. I haven't done nothing to make you feel that way.
You ruined my fur and then ran away.
Can you blame me, though? Would you not also run if,
You know what?
When I
you want to finish
ran,
that sentence?
I went to go get Anya, because clearly I was not the one who should be handling your hair.
And you would think that you wouldn't have messed it up in the first place. It feels intentional, Bayo.
Then why... I wouldn't ever do that to you purposely.
And then there's everything going on, even when we're trying to do something simple.
If there's other things going on, no one has made me aware of those things. I know what I know, but there's things that I would also not know, and this is also Megan speaking.
Yeah. Can Alexandria roll a sense motive?
Yes. Although you don't technically have to.
Oh, well, okay, can I have the don't technically have to?
Yes, you do. You can. As, while the two of you are sitting there talking, if you had... Well, if I hadn't have rolled a 100 on the D100, basically, I got a 99, there is now a zone of truth active.
Oh my god.
Oh, fun.
So yeah, they're being completely truthful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your fault that you have not been made aware of things, but you need to stay up on date as to what's happening to the family.
You don't
Do you
think
understand?
I don't? I have already explained
You
to you
ran
that
away!
the only people I get notifications from is you and grandfather.
You
Yes,
ran
I am
away, Theo. You left the house and went off to have an education, and I don't blame you for that, but I am so frustrated and jealous that is the way that you were able to get out. And I think at that's when Alexandria just notices the zone of truth, her like paws flying up to cover her mouth.
Brianna doesn't say anything. She kind of just looks away.
And I think it takes Alexandria a second before she just... Do you understand? Even when we are out dancing, Brianna, they see you. Father always saw you. Mother always saw you. I am lucky that grandfather even took a chance to see me.
But how about how I see you?
And does that matter, Brianna?
Does it? Because it sounds like it doesn't matter how I view you.
Because you're going to view me the same way, Brianna. And matters like this are the only way I have to handle this. I have to take repercussions where they are needed. And make a point, because if I am too quiet, Brianna, you know this, I will be forgotten.
So if I have to be a casual for this, then so be it. Just go ahead, hit me.
That isn't a fight, Brianna.
I don't want to fight. I did not come back to just fight with my sister.
And then what are you going to do as soon as the barriers fall? Run back to the university? Or are you going to stay and talk it out?
We could have just talked it out, but here we are. We are talking it out, and all I'm hearing is, no matter what I do, my efforts will not be worth it.
That's not how I'm trying to make you feel.
Alexandra, you have just told me how you feel you are always in my shadow, how you have to make this stance. You have practically told me to my face that the way I view you as my sister, how I care about you, doesn't matter in comparison to everyone else.
So I think with that, Alexandria like pulls her knees a little closer to her chest and sighs and just... Because at the end of the day, Brianna, as much as I love you, that will not change how the rest of Pugmire views me, how our family views me. That will not change anything. I would give up anything to keep our family safe. And I would give up anything to be seen in the way that you are, that Kane is, that any of you are. And I know that you think that you... I know that maybe you think you see a version of me that I don't. But even if you see me as your sister, I know there's still some part of you that likely sees me as the easiest one in the family to dispose of when it comes to inheriting the title. Which I'm not even sure I want. And I trust you and I love you. But in that same vein, I worry, Brianna. I don't want you two to come to think of me as the easy one to get by. I don't want you to think of me as the weak link to the Pomeranian family.
It hurts me because to me, you've only ever just been my little sister.
Then why can you see that and no one else, Brianna?
I can't answer for other people.
Both of you roll a notice check.
$11. I'm actually tearing up, y'all.
I'm aware. Brianna as well.
21.
Well, you both passed as Rex is standing in the balcony, and Alexandria, you actually hear this because it's directed at you specifically. Because you won't pull your head out of your ass and actually think for a minute.
Oh god, her little head whips around.
And you,
she
Brianna, sometimes it's better to stand your ground and actually apologize directly than throw money at a problem.
I did not have the chance to apologize, grandfather.
I understand that. But when you throw the family name around, when you don't think about others' feelings, he's looking at both of you, not either one in particular.
Alexander is trying so hard not to make eye contact.
There is always going to be somebody hurt or somebody that has a different outlook than you. Sometimes, and he kind of bears down on Alexandria hard on this one, you just gotta pull your head out of your ass and stop thinking what everybody else thinks about you or worry about what they worry about you and think about what you think about you.
Alexander is biting the inside of her fucking cheek on that because that zone of truth is still up.
Yep. And
I
yes,
think it's
I'm also in the zone, so say what you're gonna say. Because this should have been said long ago.
I'm not sure if I want to say what needs to be said. I know, grandfather, you view me as the rest of the family does.
Bullshit.
Oh, fuck.
I have had to try harder than any of my siblings. And you know that.
Yeah. Because I've had the most hopes of your growth.
Oh, fuck. So I think Alexandria kind of looks at him and just, like, makes that eye contact and see if he will hold her eye contact on that.
Oh, he does not miss a beat. He's no blinks or anything, just laser focused. I have pushed you harder than anyone else because, yeah, you got a later start, but you've needed the growth. You've needed to push yourself because, as I've said, you're too stuck on what everyone else thinks about you. You need to pick what you think about yourself and worry about that. If anybody else has an opinion, fuck them. Who cares?
Oh god, the grandmother's going in with the cuss words!
Oh, yeah.
So I think that, like, at that, Alexandria has little tears in her eyes, and then she takes a second, takes a breath, and just...
I worry about what others think because I am worried about House Pomeranian and how we come across.
Not one of you has ever disappointed me in representing the house. Not one of you. You always show the true nature when you act like yourselves and not like a sniveling little brat.
That feels a little pointed.
A little bit.
Oh, her ears are back at that.
I can understand what you're saying. But I have never acted like a brat.
Who snorted?
You know how much Father... what he wanted me to stand up to. And however hard I tried, it was not enough. No matter how much I tried to catch up with Brianna or the others, with Cain even, it was not enough.
Yeah. Don't bring that disappointment into this conversation. This is about you two. Your father... well, let's just say that he was rotten from the day he was born.
And what do you mean by that?
He's the only one of any of my children or grandchildren that rejected my teaching, didn't listen to anything I tried to show them, and he goes into this whole little tirade about basically everything your dad has done wrong throughout his entire life. as you realize the zone of truth is really pulling at him because he's trying to pull some punches, but he lets you know in no uncertain words what he thinks of your father.
Oh shit. So I think Alexandria will like risk a glance towards Brianna during this rant just to see what's on Brianna's face at that news. Bayo?
She probably
Sorry, what'd you
gulping.
say?
Oh. So while Rex is ranting, she will like risk a glance towards Bayo's face to see what Bayo is thinking about this absolute like hatred of their
Bayo-
father rant.
Bayo just looks kind of checked out.
Okay.
So, I'm going to drop the zone. I'm going to drop the
Before
bear.
you do, can you reactivate it when Bayo is not here?
It can be activated at any time.
I need to speak with you privately, but before that,
So with that, Alexandria will kind of turn on her heel, walk over towards Bayo, reach out and kind of like brush her fur away from her face a little bit and just
Bayo's
I'm
face?
sorry.
Mhm.
Yep.
You reaching for her face, she'd probably back up. I feel hurt. Please do not touch me right now.
Of course, and then I will not. I wanted to say I'm sorry.
She nods and may I leave, grandfather?
He nods and the barrier... He touches something on the railing and the barrier drops.
And she'll kind of just nod to both of them and like walk out.
I've ruined that relationship, haven't I?
Nah. Bonds like that'll mend. It's just gonna take time. Both of you need to calm down and... somebody said some hurtful things.
That again feels pointed.
He effortlessly climbs over the rails and drops to the floor as he walks over to you, standing about 10-15 feet, and quite lithely sits down. Well, sometimes you need called out when you're being an ass.
I will admit that I could have handled the situation better, but that is one of the few areas that I assure that I look perfect.
And so she'll kind of, I think, mimic what he's doing and sit down.
Yeah, your brother was like it too. That's why we had him shaved before he was sent off.
You shaved him before he went?
Yep.
He told me he got shaved when he got there.
Yeah, he was embarrassed about it. I told him it would help him keep the ticks off of him, 'cause they like to grab onto fur.
The camera pans back away from the characters for a moment to the bouncing tick that was riding Rosabella. But I think Alexandria nods for a moment and just...
Fair enough, but I will not let him live that down once I see him again. As for now, could you put the barrier back up and the zone back up, please?
Yeah, the zone never went down. I just closed dropped the barrier.
Can you put it back up, please?
Sure. He takes out something from his pockets and hits some buttons on it, and you can see the barriers go back up.
So I think with that, Alexandria pulls her bag off of her back and starts digging through it. She pulls out the trash can, unwraps the little bug within it, and throws it in the dirt between them.
How long was the house listening to me after I left?
Never seen that before in my life.
So I think it's only because of the zone she believes him on that, and she just...
I had hoped that that was the case, but I wasn't sure. I found it placed in my brooch, and you know I never take it off.
Wouldn't put it past that little rat, considering he was working with the badgers.
He was working with Father?
Mm-hmm.
Why was he working with the Badgers?
Don't know. But that's what got him arrested. Apparently
the
they've
deal.
got themselves a little syndicate.
Different than what the family is involved in.
Much different.
Which I know more about that than you think I do.
Oh no, I know most of what you know of, and I probably know some things that you don't know.
And is this a trade? Are we meeting as Grandfather and Alexandria, or are we meeting as different members of the Pomeranian business?
Well, the business has always been military affairs, espionage, a little bit of diplomacy. But your father, well, he let plastic go through his paws like water.
And how does that apply here? I know that the finances of the family are not doing well.
No, girl, you don't. He actually pulls a book out of his pocket and throws it to you. Your father's personal finances, on the other hand, were always in the red.
So with that, Alexandria will kind of give him a side eye, and then open the book and start scanning through it. I don't know how much she knows how to read for that stuff. That was not her training.
This is, you would be able to read this because it's all in plain dog. It is a ledger going back to your great-great-grandfather. Every payment, every debt owed, every debt paid, everything since your great-grandfather. And it comes up, there are personal finances, there are actual house finances, and everyone's are listed. Your father, yours, Brianna's, Kane's, everyone's. Rosabella actually has a quite tiny little sum that she doesn't talk about.
Alexandria suddenly feels way less bad about having Rosabella pay for things.
Of course, it does say recently acquired in the ledger. But your father is the only one out of the entire family who has ever had a personal sum in the negatives. And he is also listed as dark dealings.
What exactly was he getting involved in that this happened? Was I getting tricked by whoever was... I suppose I should start at the beginning there, shouldn't I? When and Grandfather, I trust you, but if this is to ever come up anywhere else, I will deny it.
You know, I wouldn't say anything.
But I didn't leave the house to join the Royal Pioneers because I wanted to. I left because I started to receive letters essentially threatening the family, and I saw it fit to take matters into my own paws and assure the survival of the Pomeranian line and the safety of those I care about, including Rosabella. And in those letters, they spoke of knowing that our family was going into debt. They spoke of certain dealings, and they repeatedly either asked for me to gather them coin, which I have done, or they asked for me to find them masterworks. And as such, that's what mostly I've been trying to do since I left home. And what you're telling me is all my time was a waste.
Do you have one of those letters on you?
I keep them all on me. And I think with that, she starts like digging through her bag and getting out letters. There's, I think, like a decent stack of them at this point. Yeah. And she just kind of sits them down and just kind of looks around because she really doesn't want to get up because they're in a very professional business setting. And I think she just kind of kicks him over his way to the best of her ability.
He'll pick one up and scan it for a minute, set it down, pick up another one, scan it, set it down. He kind of piles them up and then sighs heavily. So, in all your years of espionage training that I've put you through, did I not tell you how to recognize multiple handwritings and combinations of handwriting?
I assumed that I was working with a larger group, or at least I was appeasing a larger group. So I assumed that the differentiations in the writing made sense.
He pulls a letter out of his pocket, picks one of the letters up that you sat down almost at random,
Mm-hmm.
and sets them facing you side by side.
So I think at that she leans forward, her eyes kind of scanning the writing. And in an instant, it is like that noble mask fucking falls. Emotions, rage, frustration, hurt, and just general like as it's almost as if she got socked in the stomach. It is like she is absolutely taken aback. Before finally she settles on anger, her ears pinning back against her head as her teeth bare. She just, of course, he tricked me. I fell for my own father's trap because I never thought that he would be the type of man to do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you won't be surprised to hear then that he's escaped.
He's escaped?
He somehow got out of prison.
How? I don't think many dogs manage to leave the Pugmire prisons.
No, they don't normally, considering he was in the king's dungeon.
Where would he go?
Probably to the Badgers, considering he owes them about 1,000,000 coin.
1,000,000?
As I said, they're a syndicate. He
Even
took
as
out
a-
a loan.
Even as nobles, that's quite a sum.
Mm-hmm.
Was he expecting me to bleed the family dry? Or what did he want from me? Why did he choose to aim for me?
Because he thought you would be gullible.
And that I proved him right. Instead of aiding the family, all I did was possibly send us further towards ruin.
So, and you asked me why he would work with the Badgers. Well, it started off as he took a loan to cover his gambling debt. Then, he ended up having to do deals for them. You can't do a favor. You can't get a favor from them without having to repay with a favor. But then it kept growing, and they wanted more and more, until he was so in debt that they basically owned him.
And he couldn't hope on his own to pull himself out of that debt, so he saw it fit to trick one of his own pups, attempt to ruin our family without a care for the impact it would have. And then what was he going to do from there? Pay it off and then replace himself in debt?
I don't know, honestly. He never confided any of this in me. He never once took any of my advice. He always wanted to do it on his own.
I guess in that way I'm like him, aren't I?
No, not at all. I mean, I don't mind when you try to do it on your own, but if you do it in the wrong way, you're just going to go about things like a duck with one leg.
Are you saying that I went about things like a duck with one leg?
No. You have made a couple pitfalls, but you'll get back on your feet and you'll get things sorted. I know you will. But your father, he's definitely a lame duck.
Right. And what is the family going to do about it? Because I doubt letting him run free is in our favor.
Well, considering you're the only one I've told so far, what are you going to do about it?
Can Alexandria roll an insight, I guess a notice check to see if this is a test?
Sense motive.
Cool.
I was about to say, I thought he told Rosabella.
Oh god, wait,
He
did we
did.
have cards again? Did you refresh our cards?
Yes, I did, during your conversation.
Oh, hell yeah!
So he didn't tell Rosabella that he escaped, but he did tell her some of the things.
God damn it, take... I don't want to give you both my cards, god damn it.
I mean, with the 4,
Yeah.
I mean, this is your grandfather.
Just do it.
yeah.
Yeah, you can guess that it's probably a test, but you can't really see the edges of it. Like,
Mhm.
what's the point?
So I think she takes a second, kind of mimics how he's sitting, places her paws in her lap, and closes her eyes and thinks. Because she knows how her grandfather is, and she knows he will wait until she has an answer. And I think after a moment, she opens her eyes again, meets his gaze, and just, whatever is best for the family as a whole. Whether that is tracking him down myself, or, well, I suppose the next option is to sit back and see how it plays out, but you know I've never been one to sit back and let the world pass me by.
He smiles broadly, stands up smoothly, hits a couple buttons on the keypad as you can feel that tingling sensation on the ends of your fur disappears as the barrier does, and he's walking out towards the door, turns his head over his shoulder, and says, well, the Inquisition's already after him, and he is no longer a part of the family. He has been legally disowned. So right now, he is just a mere fugitive from the law. But this is not the first time that a fugitive from the law has been sought by the Royal Pioneers. And he walks out the door.
Oh, fuck. So I think with that, Alexandria takes a second, stands up, dusts off her dress, rolls her shoulders, and as a member of the Royal Pioneers, it would not be out of place for a certain group to go after a fugitive. And she'll take a second, kind of pick the bug up one final time where it's resting on the ground. Walk over, and I imagine there's training dummies around the edges of the room.
Oh, absolutely.
Settles, kind of pins it to the chest of one of the training dummies. Steps back, takes a deep breath, pulls her dagger off of her hip, twirls it between her fingers, and then throws it, aiming for the little bug.
Give me a roll.
I really hope you get it.
I really hope I get it. It's fine. This is why I saved my thing. Oh god, it's glitching. Okay.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
Oh god. 17.
Whoa.
Oof. There is a single spark as it is split in two.
Oh.
So with a determined nod, she'll walk forward, pull her dagger out, and the Pomeranians never take a slight lightly, nor will we as honorable little pups allow a single person to harm those that rest within our pack. And then she'll turn on her heel, walk towards the door, and even though no one's listening, and I, as Alexandria Pomeranian, will uphold those values, and I will be a good dog. And with that, she will walk through the door.
As you walk through the door, there is a muffin sitting on a tray next to the on the table next to the door. And that is where we're going to call it for tonight.
Oh.
Hell yeah.